Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome. It's episode 11 of season 6 of Where's That Bar Card? I am Nick. Alongside me are...
Hello, Gina Phillips.
Hello, Daryl Purvis. You said that like you're saying hello to yourself.
I am
Hello,
saying,
Gina Phillips.
I am. It's nice just once a day to just say hello to yourself. You know?
She doesn't even see us on the screen. It's just it's just her face on her own monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why she looks so lovingly right now.
That's
She's looking
right.
at herself.
Yeah. Not bored for some reason. It's because she's not looking at us. We didn't pause for Monty because Monty couldn't make it, unfortunately. He is a busy man. I don't know what he's doing.
We don't know why.
In the middle of the day on a Thursday, but he's a busy man. And
if I were to hazard a guess, I would assume golfing.
Sure. Yeah.
He probably played 18 early, and then he took that $10 deal to play a second 18.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
He gave us a reason.
Did he?
Wasn't golf.
No, it was pretty vague. I think it was just I'm tied up, or it was
I'm tied up.
That
means,
I'm tied up.
Yeah.
Classic.
It'd be funny if he was actually tied up.
He's like, no, seriously, guys, help me. I've been kidnapped.
Seriously, Kira and I have been getting into some kinky shit in year 2 of our marriage.
I've only been able to sneak in one text. They're going to take my phone away again. Please come help me. Can you believe that Monty's not here?
Yeah, we're just like, anyway.
Yeah.
See you guys on the podcast.
Yeah. But it's been a good week. Getting a lot of feedback, Daryl, on the popularity of what I seemingly is the new segment of our podcast, which is Daryl's Marshall Minute, or whatever we haven't decided what to call it. This might be someone even suggested we put that behind a paywall. People like the Marshall story so much that maybe we do a side podcast and put that behind a paywall, and maybe people would pay us for it, and we could make some goddamn money off this thing.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Unfortunately, the season comes to an end soon. What are we going to do from November?
Okay,
what's the Marshall Minute?
You haven't been here in I guess a minute.
Big fan of the show. Big
Huge fan. Daryl has been working at a local golf course.
Yes, I do know that. I know that.
Okay.
I know that.
Okay.
We
do you
can't
need me
all
to
be getting
explain
parts
further?
on network television shows, Gina.
So it's like Gina's busy with like a big life thing and like maybe getting a new job or something. It's like she's not as attuned to the podcast as normal. But yes, Daryl's been telling us stories, his experiences from being a marshal, and they're exceptionally popular with the listeners and with the viewers.
Oh, exceptionally. That's nice to
hear.
Very,
very popular.
I mean, I wish I had some good Marshall stories from the last week, but I don't, unfortunately.
Well,
I'm really starting to get that respect. Oh, no, you know what? I think it openly mocked by a group of teenagers. But other than that,
okay, tell us.
No.
Let's get right into it.
I just told you. I mean, it's not like they were saying it so I could hear it. They were just all looking at me and then, "You're my boo," and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, for God's sakes. Because they were so slow, and you have to follow them around, right? Because otherwise they're just going to be slow. And when you follow around, they suddenly pick up their pace. But I felt so bad because it was like a grandfather playing with his grandson and then 2 of that kid's friends.
Oh, boy.
And that grandson didn't give a shit that he was upsetting his grandfather. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, you're talking about 3 grade A pieces of teenage shit.
Jesus.
And so I'm like, you guys are holding up the whole course. You can literally see where there's 3 holes in front of you. They're literally. Wow. And so the grandfather's like apologizing to me, and
oh no.
And I told him this on the 9th green, and I'm like, guys, you need to pick it up. The group in front of you is walking to the 11th green right now, and so don't go to the clubhouse. I swear to God, they go into the clubhouse and they order hot dogs and sit there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I look at the pain, and
Oh.
And then I'm like, so the next group's coming through, and I'm like, you guys can play through. And of course they come running to the tee with their hot dogs. No. And so now I'm like,
that's tricky. You gotta deal with all that. Like, it depends like why they're going slow too, in my opinion. Like, I think there's a difference between like people trying to pick it up and they're just like not totally.
They weren't bad golfers. And the funny part is that they were playing a best ball.
Oh my God.
Which is the first suggestion I was taught to give.
Yeah.
When a group is slow, it's like, hey, how about you play a best ball instead of, playing your own individual games?
Yeah.
And they were already doing that on their own. And they were still, like, one guy wouldn't even hit his drive sometimes because one of the guys hit the drives like 315 yards. Like, literally,
Jesus.
they were that good, the guy. But they were just, then they would walk so slowly. And you're like, what are you guys? You're like 17. How are you this out of shape? I don't understand.
Right.
Like, so yeah, and then they're just to the point where they're just like, well, like right in front of their grandfather. The grandfather just shaking his head. He's like, I would have loved to have been on that car ride home, or that talk with his kid when he got home and said, do you know what your son is like? Do you know what he's like?
Right.
Because this kid wasn't trying to hide, you know, like what he's really like. He was.
That's great. Do you know how shitty of a job you did at fathering?
Yeah. Was I, that grandfather must have been like, was I that bad?
Yeah.
Well,
did I raise you badly?
He needs to ask the question.
Yeah, sure.
He needs to self-reflect and be like, did I teach my son to teach his son this?
And I would say, well, you are a white man. I don't want to say anything.
Very true.
But he was so apologetic. And I mean, that was really my only Marshall story of the week. Not my best one. But I mean, we did get yelled at. Everybody from the person in the club I was starting, I got yelled at by this guy, and then the marshal had to deal with them. One guy, it was unbelievable. I might have been the worst person I've ever met on a golf course, and I'm not even exaggerating.
Oh my God.
He screamed at the guy in the clubhouse because I think what happened was he charged everybody in his group for a cart because they were getting carts.
Right.
So he brought his son, and he didn't think his son should have to pay for the cart, I think is what happened. And then he comes to me and he's like, well, can we go up now? We're here. And I was like, no, like every tee time's taken. You can't just jump out. And he's like, but we're here. And I'm like, yeah, well, so are the next two groups. They're all here.
Jesus Christ.
And then he starts getting angry at me for not putting them out.
Wow.
Yeah. And then anyway, I had to leave.
That's entitlement.
Yeah, you don't, like, the number one thing, you don't yell at the guy in the clubhouse. You don't yell at the starter. Those are the two. The marshal's understandable.
Right. Sure.
The starter
save it for the marshal. Right.
The starter decides when you go. That is the last guy you want to be yelling at.
Right.
But yeah, so the last I heard, because I was literally done my shift, he was like my last group, and I was like, of course this is the last group. Yeah. And but when I was like getting ready to leave, I heard he was already 20 minutes behind where he's supposed to be on the second hole.
Oh my God.
Oh, and that was I forgot the other thing. There was only 3 of them. So there was a 4th joining, but they had 2 carts, and you're only allowed to have 2 carts in your group.
Oh, right.
So I'm like, well, someone needs to ride with your 4th member here because he has a cart. We can't be sending out 3 carts. Yeah. And then the guy just lost it on me. He's like, I am not. I paid for a cart. I'm not letting someone free load their cart ride. I'm like, first of all, he paid for a cart as well. And it's just like, he's like he's screaming. I'm being very polite. And what he was screaming at me. And you're just like, he's in front of his son is right there watching. This is how his son's going to deal with every interaction.
Jesus.
The kid couldn't have been more than 10 years old. And that's what he's learning. Like,
no.
Wow.
Yeah. So that kid in 7 years is going to grow up to be that kid who openly mocked me.
Right.
It's almost like...
cyclical.
So, oh my gosh. Do you ever come across groups of women?
Yeah, all the time.
Like full groups
of bars and stuff like that. Oh yeah.
I said it so like simply, but I was like, you know what? First, I have a lot of questions, but first question, like, just 4 women golfing together. Is it common?
Yeah, very common.
Okay, cool. And then if they're going slow, like, how do you approach that? And do you ever see like not even women, but I just think it's a difference between people who are going slow because they're entitled and they're taking their time on purpose versus like learning the game, not quite knowing the etiquette. So how do you balance that? And I'm not saying women don't know the etiquette. I'm just, my first question
for the most part, it's not women that are slowing down the course.
Yeah, no.
So usually if it's 4 women, I think they probably know that there's a reputation so that they usually are moving quite quickly. They're getting things done. You know what I mean?
I know. Because the last thing a group of women wants is to be seen as the women that are holding up the game by the men. Yeah. And I was like thinking about this just recently, like how I think what keeps women from golfing a lot of the time is like I have to be like really good. Otherwise, I'm just going to meet everyone's expectations, which is that we're slow. We don't know what we're doing. And then I hear stories of like just entitled men being out there and not even trying. And I'm like, man, it's like just two totally different ways of functioning.
Well, I'll tell you a weird story. The same day where that guy yelled at me when I was a starter, early in the morning, there was a group of 4 women. And then there was the group after them was 3 guys, 1 woman. And the woman came up to me and she's like, hey, can we get ahead of those women? Because they're going to slow us down. I know it. I was like, what? I'm sorry, what? And I'm like, and I've seen the group around. They're actually 4 Korean women, and they're actually very good golfers. I was like, I don't think you have to worry about them.
Yeah.
And sure enough, the 9th hole, before I see the 4 Korean women walk through and then go to the next tee, and that group comes in behind them, and the woman comes over to the starter side and she's like, you need to do something. Oh, I can't believe how slow it is out there. And I looked and I was like, I looked at their tee time and I was like, you just played the front 9 in an hour and 50 minutes. You're on pace for a 3-hour, 40-minute 18.
Yeah, right.
And you're complaining.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think the problem is those women.
Yeah.
You need to,
And and you're hitting on something else, which is like, it's not always men treating women crappily.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. It's women also.
We all went to high school. We know women treat women terribly.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, it's kind of weird situation. I'm like, you're not playing slowly. You're actually you're doing great here. I would love to get through 18 in the time you're going to get through 18. Like,
yeah, I have a bit of a story with playing golf with women, which I don't usually get to do. None of my female friends really play golf, so I think Gina, you'd probably be about the only one. My club put on a Ryder Cup tournament last weekend. So the 2 of the pros, the teaching pro and the club pro, one was captain of Team Blue and one was captain of Team Red. And whoever signed up was on the Ryder Cup. Like, I thought that they would pick, 12 players, but 70 people signed up. So it was a 70-person Ryder Cup.
Wow.
So one day, 27 holes. The first 9 was alternate shot. The second 9 was scramble. And then the third 9 was a best ball. So I got paired up with a guy who was a few years older than me. And it turns out he was a 7 handicap. And we had a great time. Really weird starting a round of golf playing alternate shot. Like, we started on a par 3 and he had like a 190-yard shot into the pin. He put it to 25 yards past or feet past, and I'm just standing there like, I don't know how to hit a putt of 25 feet down the hill for my first shot of the day. So it was kind of weird, like getting into a round. But it was a lot of fun. Played the scramble, that was great. And then we stopped for like a barbecue, and then they repaired us. So I got paired up with this young guy, kind of a boozer, kind of a great guy named Petey. He had a bucket of beer, and he was all excited.
His name was Petey. How old are we talking for Petey? Is it 11?
No, he was probably
3 and a half.
Probably 30.
Well, it's time to call yourself Peter, Petey.
Well,
if you're listening.
Yeah. And so I'm playing with Petey now, and he can bomb it. And we played against 2 women. And the 2 women one woman has been the club champion at our course many times. And the second is the mother of the club pro. The club pro at our course is only 22 years old, which is wild. So his mother's like probably close to my age. And they destroyed us in 9 holes. They absolutely annihilated us. They were 3 up after 3 holes. They birdied 1, 2, and 3. And we parred 1, 2, and 3. And so they were 3 up, and the match was done after 6 holes. They were up 3 with 3 to go. And it was just, they were up 4 with 3 to go. And we were like, well, and it was just great fun. And because they were chipping in, they were knocking in like 40-foot putts. They were like doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So it was just fun to like witness this and then like tease them like, hey, do you guys want us to play in this match too? Just, it was a lot of fun. It was great to see such amazing golf,
Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah, it was a fun little experience. So yeah, stop judging women on the golf course, assholes. Fuck off.
Yeah, and,
assholes.
Yeah, and call yourself Peter or Pete.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, fun times.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice. I played at Toronto Women's Golf Club.
Oh, yes, yeah.
How was that?
And it was incredible. Like, not just, I mean, there were so many good things about it. I don't even know where to start. I mean, I got to play with the head professional, Jamie Steedman. She's incredible. I was given a push cart that was actually like for someone my size.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So they have push carts that are actually like when you go up a hill, you're not like, like way up here. Okay. And I was like, man, that's one of those things about golf that I would never think to complain about. Like, this push cart isn't built for me. But like those things end up making a difference.
Sure. Yeah.
It was so cool. I like, there were just like little touches around for the female members that just like made total sense.
Yeah.
So that was really neat. And then also just hearing about the history of the course. So it's 100 years old. And when, I think her name is Ada McKenzie, when she founded the course, she and Stanley Thompson had to pretend to be married so that she could get the business loan.
Oh my God. Jesus.
And like the stories of just the perseverance of opening something like that in its time, and just being like, I'm going to build this community and the women will come and this is important. And like, and it's so weird because I was there to basically write a story for PGA of Canada about women in golf and like how it's still like there are still barriers. And I'm like, man, this course has been around for 100 years.
Wow.
And like, we need to recognize how much progress there's been. Absolutely. So much progress. And yet here I am as a journalist still writing like this story. It's so
sure. No, it makes sense. Yeah.
So strange, right?
That's wild.
Yeah. And it felt historic. Like it was very it's just very like beautiful and huge old trees that have been there for hundreds of years. There was one named like Phyllis, like the tree's named Phyllis.
Right.
Like these huge like weeping willows and yeah, a pretty like flat course. Very, you could kind of like, I don't know, I got to play like pretty much with my whole bag, which I really appreciated.
Cool. Yeah.
And but the holes like weren't insanely long. If they were like par fives, I wasn't really clocking the yardage enough to give an example, but
this is maybe a weird question, but like, could you sense, is there a sense of like exclusivity in it? Like, is it a difficult club to join?
Yeah. Actually, I did sense that. It made me think about how the exclusivity of golf is not a specifically male thing.
Right. Yeah.
It's like there are traditional members there that have been around and it's been passed through their family, and they are like just as stuffy as at other clubs that where we go, men get a pretty bad rap, of course, for withholding these traditions that feel really sexist, but just from like the people I was talking to there and everything, it's like, oh yeah, it is very much it's built on tradition, just like those other clubs owned by men. The women are the same. I mean, it's about kind of class, and it felt a little bit inaccessible. However, Jamie Steedman was incredible because she's put in, and I'll talk about this a bit in my story, but like in the pro shop, gender inclusive clothing. So like, what does that mean? Well, instead of it being like, here's the men's side and the female side, and it feeling like really different and like, women need to dress this way to be appropriate and men have to dress this way, and instead it was kind of like you couldn't really decipher the genders as well. And also like thinking about, I mean, you can write about men and women all day, and then you bring in the conversation of like people who don't identify as either, and that's the first time on a golf course I've had that conversation. I haven't even thought about that. I'm like so focused on women in golf. It's like, well, what about people who don't identify either way and they set foot on a golf course, and how are they feeling in that traditional environment? So it was a lot of like very easy conversation about those topics that didn't feel forced or the reason why I'm writing the story or anything. It just was like, oh, this is just women golfing together who are very aware of these issues. And this is what's coming out of it.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Yeah.
And when does that article come out?
You still writing it?
I am. You know what I did for the first time ever? I don't know if you guys have ever tried this. I was listening to
cocaine.
No, speed, silly. Instead of writing with my hands on a keyboard, I like spoke my story into my phone. And now
I thought you were gonna say toes. I was really excited.
It just takes forever. I miss all my deadlines. I'm like, I don't know, I'm trying it.
I have really strong feet though.
Really strong feet. Works the muscles. Dexterity, it's crazy.
That's interesting. So that would be like the equivalent, I guess, Daryl, like the comedy equivalent of that would be like writing on stage. Which do you do
wait
that?
A minute. So you're basically using AI to was that what's going on here? Is you're using AI to
No, because I didn't think ahead enough to get an AI program that would then put this onto the screen for me. I've been going through and like dictating it myself. But it was cool because I think when you're writing something like an op-ed, and similar to you guys in comedy, maybe when you're thinking about your point of view, but you want it to make sense, it's like kind of different than like a journalistic story. Like I just wanted to get my thoughts out. And so different, but I've never done that before.
Mm-hmm. You're growing as a writer, Gina.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's right. Evolving.
Go.
Evolving. You'll be in your 20s soon. This is a natural extension of life. This is what happens.
Once I'm allowed to drink, oh man, my writing's going to get crazy.
We were talking before the podcast started about Daryl has so many of these Marshall stories and he's trying to talk about them on stage, and some of them are working and some of them aren't working. But Daryl, would that be the equivalent of, are you writing them on stage? Is that sort of that concept? Do you do that as a comic?
No, I mostly write them off stage, but then in a weird way, I don't study what I wrote, and then I go up on stage and go, I think I was going to say this, and then I basically
right.
And then I go, I don't understand why that new joke didn't work, and then I realized, well, you didn't actually use any of the punchlines you wrote because you didn't actually, take the time to learn the joke before you go on stage.
Right.
So a lot of times I kind of write it, and then I get on stage and hope it finds its own feet.
Yeah, it's kind of like a mix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
what about you, Nick?
Yeah.
I don't really do it. Lately, I've been doing it like I'll come up with a kernel of an idea for a story, but kind of the point that you were making, Gina, around it's your personality or point of view. That is the funny part. Like I have something that I've been doing lately that the story itself is fine, but I think the funny part is my overthinking, like my overanalyzing the situation. Like that's what's funny about it. And so that I kind of had to write on stage because I couldn't really write that out, if you see what I mean. Like I kind of had to just let my overthinking personality over explain the joke and kind of be really, really in it. So that I could get to a punchline that was like completely different than. So and that's something I've been wanting to work on for a while, and I'm way younger into comedy than Daryl is. I'm only 9 years in, is not being so structured with like here's my joke and I'm going to say it from the start to the end and let myself come through a bit more.
I love that. Yeah. So what punchline you're going to end with?
I know where I'm going to get to. I just have to like I have to just let my personality kind of come through and that be the sort of filler of the joke until I'm able to get there.
Yeah, that's really cool. Because you have to be able to, trust yourself to let go of like your thinking comedy brain, and then like almost put yourself in the character of you.
Yeah, but then articulate, especially in a short set, like articulate who you are in a very short way. I've always said that. That's something I've observed. This is probably very obvious, Daryl, but like, I think the best comedians are those who can communicate who they are within about 30 seconds. on stage, like from when they get on stage, and whether it's just through your physical way that you carry yourself or how you open your set. If you can articulate as quickly as possible to the audience, this is who I am and this is my point of view, then they're just along for the ride, right? They're not like kind of like trying to figure you out and it takes them 6 or 7 minutes to be like, oh, okay, I get this guy's wavelength. You do it really well, Daryl. You're self-deprecating like right away. And so right away, it's sort of like, okay, well, I know where this is. I know who this guy is. This guy isn't, going to be he's not a dick or an asshole. Or
I don't know. Last night I started off by literally just going after someone in the audience, just mocking them openly. I went into full dick mode and just started making fun of a guy for his hair bun.
Oh, good. Good.
So yeah, maybe I went full dick mode last night.
Sure. Right.
Yeah. But it was fun.
That's fun.
These glasses have changed me, man. I don't know. I'm a different guy.
You are turning into
I'm like a guy from Mad Men or something now. I'm really just an asshole.
And you're golfing when with the Bull Moose boys?
Saturday. I'm playing tomorrow with an old university friend, and then I'm playing with the Bull Moose boys on Saturday, and then Ben Walker just messaged me. I might go play with him on Sunday.
Amazing.
So
Ben Walker,
former guest of the show.
Yep.
Back in the old guest days.
Yeah.
Back in season 1 or 2. No. His brother's actually a golf pro.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Talk about one of the most unique comic styles I've ever seen. His way of staying in a joke for like as long as humanly possible is, I've never seen it. And he tried to give me notes once and I was like, I can't follow what you're saying. And that's no disrespect to Ben. I was just like, the way, because he'll just like, Gina, he has a premise and then he has a punchline and then he just stays in that punchline's theme over and over and just like keeps repeating things and almost does it. How do you say, Daryl? Like he's almost, it's not like he's mumbling, but it seems like stream of consciousness.
Yeah.
Right? And he just stays on the topic. It's a really unique style that I love. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. He kind of has these little like asides almost, like he's like, he'll be talking about a subject and he'll just go, great hair. Just start like talking about himself or something like, oh, great hair. And then he's just right back in. It's a very interesting thing to watch. Yeah, I don't know if we should talk about this, but he has a day job where he works for the government, but he works with this is what a good guy he is. And maybe, I don't know why I'm bringing this up in a golf podcast, but apparently, if I heard this from other Winnipeg comedians, he'll just deliver food to refugees.
Really?
Like they'll be going somewhere. He's like, hold on, I got to stop here. And he'll go into the trunk and get a bunch of food and just walk into someone's house and give them food. And then
that's wild.
On his own. Like that's, I don't think he'd like us talking about that, but
probably not, but too bad.
He doesn't listen.
No. My mom is like that.
Really?
That's how I grew up. Yeah. Like she'd just be like, oh, before we go to the grocery store, or like we're coming back from the grocery store, she'd be like, I'm just going to drop off these bags that this family in need all the time. Like we would just do pit stops. And at Christmas, we would have like our whole house full of laundry baskets and neighbors would drop off stuff and we deliver them on Christmas Eve to different families.
Wow.
My mother was sort of like that, but she would, instead of giving stuff to families in need, she would judge them. So she gave it her own way.
Yeah,
you know?
Same sentiment, right?
She'd give them insults.
Yeah. Maybe a motivation to improve your life.
Yeah,
is how she saw it.
That's nice. That's good. Wow. Mrs. Purvis.
Yeah. Doris, we like to call her in my family.
Doris. Is that her name?
I think so.
We have a Doris in our family. You think so?
Yeah. Gina, I still don't have the wedding invitation. I assume because we're part of the wedding party, it's just sort of assumed.
Yeah.
But it's coming up because you said you posted recently about the location of your what's supposed to be spectacular fall wedding is completely covered in snow at the moment.
I'm just researching like white snow boots.
So I'll pack a parka.
What's going on? It's
Alberta
already
had a big
somewhere?
snowfall in the mountains, and I'm getting married in the mountains.
Oh yeah, where at?
Doesn't say.
Just a ski hill.
I don't know if she doesn't want the public to know or us.
Oh my God.
I think it's
you don't
more
want the
us.
paparazzi to know. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But feel free to send gifts.
Right.
You know, I'm always open to receiving those.
Wait, you're open to receiving free things from people?
Yeah, just
that's
gifts.
weird. That doesn't suit you at all.
It's where I just say I have a wedding coming up, and then I don't give people any details, so they're not invited. But they give me gifts.
They give you
gifts. Look, Nick and Monty and I have already bought you some gifts. So if some clothing from Adidas shows up, that's from us, really.
Exactly.
It's the only rule is no golf clothing.
I actually bought your gift last year. It was your new putter. That was my gift to you. I paid it forward. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You really thinks ahead, Nick.
I really do. And then I have to return something because the second gift I was going to give you is it's a golf push cart, but it's specifically designed for a tall man.
It's for a tall man. Yeah.
It wouldn't fit Jeff. So I got to return something. Yeah. I've learned a lot of this podcast.
Heaven forbid the groom would get any gifts. That would be.
Yeah, of course.
There's only one gift worthwhile. It's me.
We don't know any
Gina's
details.
Virginity.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
We don't know any detail. We don't even know when it is. We're not going to press you for any details. Clearly, you don't want to give any. That's fine.
It's in October. It's in October.
Okay. Well, that's
nice. I'm in Alberta in October. That's nice.
Actually, I think that I mapped out. I think this season of this podcast wraps up in October. So maybe we'll do episode 18 will be the day before the wedding. Like you got nothing.
You know what? Maybe why don't we do a live from the altar?
From the altar, the three of us.
It could be the first look, but it's just the podcast, and I'm like, guys, do I look good?
Yeah. It would then be called "Where's the Bride?"
Okay, good.
Well, good luck with that. Any golf in your future, or are you just busy planning?
No, I actually don't have. It's been a really busy time. So I got to go to Montreal next week now. So.
Oh yeah, and Daryl, are you going to the President's Cup?
Yeah, going to the President's Cup, and that's not in a month's time, I guess.
Right, I guess. Yeah. So.
Cool.
Although we realized we booked an Airbnb for it, and one of my friends booked his train tickets the day before the Airbnb starts. Oh. And we're like, I kind of caught it the other day. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Because I was going to book the train ticket to go with him type thing. And I was like, wait, the dates don't match up. We might have been drinking when we booked the Airbnb. And we have tickets for Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the President's Cup. But the Airbnb doesn't start till Friday.
That's tricky.
So obviously that's an issue.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how this is going to be. We might have to stay in a hotel for a night.
Do you want to borrow my Jeep?
I don't know if there's room for 5 of us in there, but I would appreciate it. But where are you going to sleep that night? That's the problem. Right?
Well, I'll manage.
Did you guys have another flood?
We did.
Oh my God.
You guys.
At some point, Gina, is it something you're doing?
I know. You think I haven't thought of that? I was like, what the? It's the other toilet this time. And this time it was dirty toilet water.
Oh.
Yeah.
God.
And it okay, so basically when this place was built, the plumbing was like a disaster and they cheaped out, and like I don't know. I feel like any place that's been built in the last 12 years is crap.
Yep. That's basically it.
Anyway, so yeah, it was a more minor flood than last year though, that's for sure. But almost an exact year after that flood.
That's wild.
When we had to move out. I know. It was my birthday again.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thanks.
Yes, happy birthday. Daryl, you sort of told us the remnants of this story, but let's give the people what they want. If you could tell one more Marshall story, talk about the hawk.
Talk about the hawk.
Talk about the hawk.
Oh yeah,
finish on the hawk.
I mean, I tried to tell this on stage and it didn't get a laugh, so it's not going to get a laugh now. But
we won't know, will we?
Yeah.
We'll never find out. It's a podcast.
Well, I waited for I was waiting for a group to tee off, and I was just kind of looking at a tree, and then a hawk fell out of the tree, like literally fell flat out of a tree. I assume it had been sleeping or something.
Sure.
And then rolled over and fell out of the tree.
That's so crazy.
So yeah, and it literally just kind of looked around, like, did anybody just see that?
Oh, it didn't, did it?
It did. No, it's really moved its head around, like, oh God, I can't
that's
believe
so
I just did
good.
that. And then it just sort of wanted to fly away, but it realized it injured itself, and then it was just sort of holding its wing. And then it had nowhere to go but to go under like a pine tree. And it's just like,
did you take a picture?
no, I was just in disbelief watching this whole thing. Because when it fell out, I honestly thought, I was like, was that like a woman's purse or something like that? Because that's kind of what it looked like falling to the ground. But no, it was a hawk. Like, yeah.
Because I wouldn't think they would have predators. So it's probably like freaked out, but not freaked out like another animal who's like, oh, I shouldn't be here right now, or I've lost my ability to do what I naturally need to do. I would like, what would hunt a hawk?
Well, you know what? Because there's a
coyotes.
A coyote who's always out and around at the course. Middle of the day, there's a coyote like looking for food, and I saw him try to catch. It could have been the same hawk, different hole, different tree. I saw him try to catch a hawk last week.
Wow.
So
okay,
I mean, now that this hawk's injured, hiding under a pine tree, crying. I'm assuming.
Holding its own wing is the saddest part of the story. That's so sad.
I know. I tried to tell a story on stage, and all I heard was a bunch of women go, "Oh,
yeah."
And I was like, "Oh, fuck off."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was my favorite thing I've seen at a golf course in a long time was watching a hawk fall out of a tree, and I watched the whole thing. That was the weird. I was just looking at that tree for some reason. I was like, "Huh, there's a tree," and all of a sudden, so I just.
I think the funniest part is looking around.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But not looking anyone directly in the eye.
No.
But I'd like to know if it honestly like was asleep or something and then moved.
Yeah. Right.
And just
it's so dumb.
Yeah. Because it didn't have time to fly. It just fell straight to the ground from about 20 feet.
Wow.
Well, in keeping with this theme, I have a little story for you, Daryl, because I know we both are battling a pigeon outbreak at your apartment and my apartment. And some pigeons like made a nest and gave birth at the patio or balcony beside ours. So the one baby died, who gives a shit, and the other one was like growing up and learning to fly and coming over here and shitting all over. Anyway, the person wasn't really doing anything. And then I walked out one day and I got scared by a mechanical owl that moved based on motion. Like it scared me. This thing like turned its head and had like fire eyes and was making a noise, and I got scared. So I was like, oh, now I'm in league with my neighbor because we're both fighting against the pigeons. And then I went out the next day and there was two pigeons sat beside the owl, and the owl was moving and they didn't care. And then the third day I went out and she had perched the owl on some sort of frame thing, and the owl was just basically completely reclined and just looking up at the sky, and it's still moving, and pigeons are still coming in, and nothing is happening at all.
Did I tell the story about the two pigeons that got caught behind the couch on our patio?
No.
So for a while,
like caught making out?
No.
Yeah.
Well, Diane put all the stuff around the bottom of the couch so pigeons can't get under there, right? Like she put like a little fence around the whole couch, and I have it really up against the wall, but there's a little gap at the top. So I put things on the side so pigeons, because they were starting to go under there, and they're clearly trying to make a nest.
Yeah.
So I put this stuff there, so like a more fencing type thing, so they can't get behind the couch. And one thing we had was a bunch of vinegar on our patio because they don't like the smell of vinegar. So you can tell when they come, they don't go near the vinegar. They get away from the vinegar. So we so anyway, long story short, I come out one day and there's a pigeon sitting on the top of our couch, and I'm like, you son of a bitch. Yeah. And I scare him away. And then I was like going back inside, and I heard motion, and I was like, there's another pigeon here somewhere. And I'm looking around the patio and I can't find the pigeon, and I'm like, I can hear movement, but like it. So I look behind the sofa, and there's two pigeons under there, like inside, but I think they're caught now because there's not enough room for them to fly out.
Right.
So they can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I was like more heartless, I would have killed them because there's nowhere they can go. So instead, I just poured 4 liters of vinegar on them.
Not 3,
on
not
them?
2.
Yeah. We had a big bottle, 4 liters of vinegar, and I emptied it on them.
What did they do?
They were like fluttering around, and it was like this. But here's the weird part. I'm like, fuck you, pigeons. You can die behind that couch. I'm not freeing you. And then I left, and I came back a little while later, and they were gone. And I'm like, where the hell did they go? I think they crawled out through the drainage.
Oh God.
So we keep waiting to come out there someday and smelling dead pigeon, because I'm like, there's no way they crawled through there and they made it, because they didn't have enough room to get their wings to fly out from there. And because they couldn't go through the sides, that was it. They were trapped. They clearly jumped down there thinking we can get down there, make them nest, and then fly out. And they were caught. Yeah. Now they stink of vinegar and
amazing.
You know about the owl thing? One time I was with an ex. We lived in like an attic type thing, and we had some raccoons in the wall. So I did a little research, and I found out they hate the sound of human voices, because they would wake us up all night. They start clawing at the wall, and they're inside between, like in where the insulation is and stuff, right? So all night
play
long.
them our podcast.
Well, this is what I did, Gina. I swear to God, this is what I did. I'm like, well, what? How can I have the maximum amount of voices? So I put it on sports talk radio on a radio, and I put it right beside the window. And I swear to God, I came back an hour later. There were 2 raccoons laying in front of the radio.
They're like, oh my God, the Dodgers are doing well this year.
This guy's got some hot takes on the Brewers bullpen.
I was so mad. I was so
wow.
I guess the voices, that's country raccoons.
Right.
City raccoons are used to voices, right?
Yeah.
Like,
city raccoons are a different breed for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's freaking funny.
That was fun. Nice to see you both.
Yeah, very
Gina,
fun. Good to see you guys.
Congrats on everything. We won't say what we're saying congrats on, but congrats on life.
Yeah,
and
congratulations.
everything. Yeah, it's really great.
Thanks,
we're happy
congratulations
for you.
on your career moving on and upwards and onwards.
Yeah, we'll see you in Alberta in October, and in some capacity.
Cool.
And wait for my airline ticket. And
is it traditional for the bride to buy tickets?
Yeah, I think
to
so.
A destination
the bride's family, right?
I didn't know that part.
Closest colleagues.
It's tricky.
Okay.
Daryl,
enjoy Ottawa. Enjoy playing with the Bullimus boys. Looking forward to hearing how that goes. And I don't know. Hopefully we'll get around to golfing, the 4 of us. I don't think that's really ever happened. Just the 4 of us.
Oh my gosh. No, never.
Okay, we'll make it happen. Thanks everyone for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Comedy Records. See you guys next week.
Bye.
The tradesman's entrance. Now, you know, it doesn't count as the tradesman's entrance if it goes in the side. Only if it goes in the back.
She can hit it, although it looks like it's strongly uphill, it's really running.